What is going on, guys? This is the Club of the Man 1993 and episode number 223 of WWE Turn Alert is the first episode in the history of WWE Turn Alert with the Club of the Man 1993 to get all rated R. And I'm not talking about with Xavier Woods. I'm talking about the rated R superstar Edge. Edge, who shockingly turned heel this past Monday night on Raw. Within 30 minutes of Raw, we had Damian Priest and Edge both turn heel. I did not expect this heel turn. And, at first I was like, was this a heel turn? Because it kind of played out. Here's what happened. So, Edge returned after taking a few weeks off. He finished up a feud with The Miz, which was super random and just a waste of time for Edge, in my opinion. I don't get why if they would have just gone straight to just Edge and Beth Phoenix versus Miz and Maurice, I would have gotten it. But we had to do a pay-per-view match with Edge and Miz. You could have just done that match on Raw. But he came back, and he cut this promo basically where he basically just rattled off, his memories from participating at WrestleMania, but basically how, he wants somebody to step up to him and issue an open challenge as he needs WrestleMania, and WrestleMania needs Edge. So he wanted someone to step up. So this past week on Raw, he comes out and says, who's it going to be? Who's going to step up? And out, of course, comes AJ Styles, which, awesome. That's definitely one match we definitely wanted to see for sure since Edge made his miraculous return at Royal Rumble 2020. And, Edge was like, I'm glad we're going to have this match. We both wanted this match. He goes, but listen, AJ, I want the Bulldog. I don't want the tag team bitch with Omos from the past year. And AJ's like, is that what you think of me? Is that what you think of me? So then Edge goes out for a handshake. AJ doesn't really go for the handshake at first. But then Edge starts throwing some punches at AJ and they both start to brawl. So I'm like, is this an Edge heel turn? And I'm like, maybe this is just Edge just, being an aggressive babyface is trying to, bring, the fire out of AJ, basically. And AJ did fight back. He did go for the phenomenal forearm, but Edge got out of the way. But then, here's where I'm like, wait a minute. This is a heel turn. So, the reason what changed my mind was that Edge now decided to play Nutcracker with AJ Styles, and he gave him a low blow. After how many nut shots that AJ took from the Nutcracker of Strong Style, here we're going to call him Shinsuke Nakamura in 2018, you think the guy would have just finally put on a cup. He still has not. But Edge kicked AJ, and then for the next couple minutes, he laid out a vicious assault on AJ, but it's like, at first he's like, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? I love doing this. Oh, what am I doing? He's just like go back and forth with his emotions. Like, very similar in some ways to how Randy Orton attacked him when he returned back in 2020. He even went also all out and hit a concerto on AJ without some hesitation. But Edge is a heel. I thought at first, when they made AJ the face, and obviously we were hoping for Edge and AJ, which, okay, another match that fans want for WrestleMania. Like, probably the most interested match for WrestleMania for sure is AJ Styles and Edge. But they made it even more interesting because they made Edge a heel. They, again, I thought first it was going to be just face on face, but nope. They actually are going in a different direction of this, keeping us intrigued, keeping us wanting to see more. Why did Edge do this? I can't even tell you why Edge did this. But I'm intrigued because Edge is just a master at storytelling. And, last year, when they randomly inserted Daniel Bryan into the feud with Roman Reigns and Edge for WrestleMania, they kind of tried to make Edge a heel in that feud. Which I don't know. To me, because he had been out for 8 months with a tricep injury or whatnot after his greatest wrestling match ever at Backlash in 2020, to me it felt like, though, it's like, nah, it's like the whole stage of like Edge being back, was still there, like the honeymoon stage, it was still there. 2 years later, people still love seeing Edge, but I feel like the whole like, oh my gosh, he's back storyline is kind of like dwindled off. So if you wanted to turn Edge heel, which at some point you were going to have to, and have him be the rated R superstar again, now is the time. And again, it's going to be very interesting to see the story they tell here with Edge being the heel facing the face AJ Styles. Like, I actually want to hear the promo that Edge cuts as to why he did what he did. He wanted somebody to step up. He says how WrestleMania didn't just need Edge. Edge just doesn't need WrestleMania. WrestleMania needs Edge. But there's obviously more to the story, and, Edge turning to a villain now makes it even more interesting. And again, with how great of a storyteller Edge is, I'm intrigued to wonder, why did he do this to AJ Styles? Why did he attack AJ Styles for stepping up? Again, at first it was like, oh, we thought he was just trying to fire up Edge and have him bring out the Bulldog. But obviously, with the low blow and the concertos, there's something more to this. We'll have to wait and see, though. But this is one rare time anymore with WWE where I am very intrigued. Yes, I kind of was with Damian Priest too, but even more intrigued with this Edge heel turn. The only thing is, though, is now that he's a heel, though, who's he going to face, though, after AJ? Because, like, what other baby faces really are there right now that Edge hasn't faced yet? We'll have to wait and see. But guys, that's it. That's my thoughts on Edge turning heel, shockingly, on the February 28th, 2022 edition of Raw. What are your thoughts on Edge turning heel? Why do you think Edge turned heel? What do you guys think? Do you guys definitely think they should have done this? Do you disagree that they should have done this or kept it from a face? Do you feel like the whole Edge returning mojo on him has kind of wore off and this was the right time to do it? Let me guys know your thoughts. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. And be sure as always to slap a like on the video and subscribe for more content on my channel. And follow me on Twitter at TheManAirboy93. And as always, guys, please stay tuned for more WWE Turn Alert.